places right now. So, hello, hello. Come on in. Welcome, welcome to my space, my world. I am April Nicole Scipio. I'm going to give myself a proper introduction in just a second. I'm going to make sure I'm going live in all the places, you guys. I am trying to go live here. I know I'm live on Instagram. Hello, Instagram. I believe I am live on my business page and on Facebook. I believe that I'm live on YouTube, and I think I'm live also on my Facebook regular page as well. So I hope I'm live in all the places. So if I don't exactly get to acknowledge you or your comments, please know I will come back. I'll try to acknowledge the ones that I get to see, but this is new for me trying to go live in several places on several different screens here. Two different screens on my computer, one up here with Instagram. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm stepping into new territory today with the simulcast, just trying to hit all the people. And I'm excited about tonight. If you are brand new to me on social media, let me just say welcome. If I am April Nicole Scipio, your productivity coach, the More Coach, I coach Christian female entrepreneurs, helping them to learn purposeful productivity strategies so they can get rid of overwhelm, manage their time, and experience the more that God has for their life and for their business. And I'm just so honored to serve women in this way. And tonight, I want to talk to you about just some top tips for procrastinators. I was able to do a room today on Clubhouse, and we just had a good time. If you're not following me over there, not connected with what I have going on, I definitely want to invite you to do that. But I just wanted to jump on here and really share because I really believe it's going to help people, right? That's ultimately why I do what I do. I believe that this assignment really is from God. One thing that God spoke to me was that productive people produce, right? And so, thank you, A Walking Vibe. I appreciate you. Productive people produce. And so, if we're not using our time wisely, if we get distracted, then we're not producing the fruit that God has for us. So this conversation around being productive is bigger than me, it's bigger than you, right? It's ultimately about how can I position my life and business in a way where I'm stewarding my time so well that I literally can go after every single thing that God has for my life. No hindrances, no distractions. Like having that freedom of time is so, so critical. And so tonight I want to give you some top tips for procrastinators. Now, let me know in the chat if you either currently or in the past have struggled with procrastination. Give me some emojis, raise your hand, give me some hearts. Let me make sure I'm talking to the right people. I'm talking to the people who either don't get stuff done or wait to the very last minute to get things done. I know that y'all are out there because I'm out here, right? This is something that I had to walk through. Abby, hey Abby, you said today. Well, Abby, I'm glad you are watching this video because I'm gonna give you some tips, girl, so you can overcome procrastination. I appreciate every single person who's joining me in all the different places. So, when I think about procrastination, one of the first things I want you to recognize is that procrastination is actually a habit. And I don't think we think about that sometimes, right? It's a habit, and we have to break this cycle of procrastination by really like retraining our brains. But today I'm going to give you some tips on how to start that process. If you're like April, look, I'm a procrastinator. I need some help. Don't you worry. At the end of this live, you are going to know some things that you can do today to implement to start breaking this habit of procrastinating. Now, people that procrastinate, I'm going to talk to you about 4 habits that you may be doing that you don't even recognize that you're doing. And I hope that when I share them with you, you're like, oh, yes, I do that. Because these are habits that directly impact whether or not you procrastinate. All right. So if you're watching live or on replay, let me know. Help me out. Type these in the comments. Y'all show some love. And we're going to get going here. So, habit number 1 is the habit of overcommitting. The habit of overcommitting. Some people, they fill up their calendars and they overbook themselves so much that then they tell themselves they're too busy to actually do the thing that they know they need to do. They just say, "Oh, I'm so busy." But really, the root of that is that they're avoiding. They're avoiding something that's challenging. They're avoiding something that they really don't want to do. And that could be for several reasons. That could be because of fear. That could be for lack of motivation, like all the things. But at the end of the day, how does that show out in your life? By you literally over committing. So, what is a tip that you can do today to help you with this if you have that issue of constantly overbooking yourself and overcommitting? Today, the thing that you are not really wanting to do or the thing that you're procrastinating on, I want you to break that into smaller bite-sized pieces, right? Whatever that thing is that you're looking at and you're like, "Oh my goodness, I'm too busy to do that." You may be too busy to do all of it, but what can you do today? Like, if it's a 10-step process to do whatever the thing is that you haven't done, is there something that you can do today to get started? I want you to think about that. Take the big project and break it into smaller bite-sized pieces. And then also ask yourself, why don't I want to do this? Or why haven't I done this? Is it because I don't feel like I have the support? I don't feel like I have the resources? Because oftentimes when you can address maybe the root issue of why you don't wanna do something, it's really something that you could kind of take care of, right? I'll give you an example of my own life, and if you hang out with me at all, you will learn very quickly, that I haven't, well, I don't have it anymore. I'm actually a lot better at this, but I used to be, well, sometimes I still am, terrible about getting the laundry folded. Where my mom's at, or where my people at that feel me. You're like, "April, look, my family better just be happy they got clean clothes." Where y'all at? Show me some love in the comments. But I think I would say I'm too busy to fold laundry, but then when I actually, like, dug deeper and, like, what was the root issue of me not doing that, I felt like it was, like, taking up too much of my time. So one day I said, "You know what? I'm gonna fold this laundry. I'm gonna time myself. How long does it really take to fold one basket of laundry?" So I did it, and literally it took 7 minutes, y'all, not even kidding, and I was so shocked. And after that, it empowered me. I'm like, "Wait a minute. If I have 7 minutes, I can literally fold a basket of laundry." That was so freeing. But if I'd never taken that step to dig deeper and, like, really see what the root was, then I probably would still have an issue with the laundry, which, in all honesty, sometimes, y'all, it is still a struggle. But if I have 7 minutes, you better believe I can whip out that basket and fold that laundry, right? So that is habit number 1 that I want you to think about. Am I constantly over committing? Okay. All right. Second habit I want you to think about. Maybe you have a habit of not following through. Maybe you make a decision to actually start things, but then you don't take that consistent action, right? You have trouble staying the course. A lot of times it's because you don't see results right away. So you like start one project and then you're like, man, something over here catches your attention and then you start doing that. And then something over here catches your attention and you start doing that. And you find yourself starting so many things, not following through, not consistent, not finishing any of the things, right? So you're procrastinating. You're procrastinating on finishing the things that you have in front of you. What can you do today? If that resonates with you, something that you can do today is resist the urge to multitask. And guys, that's hard sometimes, right? Because we think that multitasking is a skill, right? We were told that. But actually, multitasking is a distraction, right? And don't get me wrong, there are moments that I feel that when I'm like, "Oh, I gotta multitask." But actually, I'm really doing myself a disservice because your brain can only focus on one thing at a time. So if you have trouble with following through and finishing and being consistent in your action, I want you to just decide, all right, what is the one thing I'm going to do right now? It doesn't matter if I have other things that are going on, I'm going to focus on just this one thing and get it checked off the list, right? And then you go to the next thing and you focus on that thing and you check it off the list, right? And how do you build momentum? By a series of small wins. So by you just getting focused and finishing one thing at a time, guess what? You're building up that momentum to continue to take that consistent action. All right. So that's the second thing. You guys with me? I got two more I'm going to share with you. I want to just again welcome every single person. If you're just joining this live, I'm April Nicole Scipio, your productivity coach, helping you today with some top tips for procrastinators. Because we got to get this stuff done, guys. It's bigger than us, right? We don't want to be so overwhelmed and bogged down with what we have going on that we don't have the space to what God has for us, right? And so we've got to manage our time and put in the work to really think about why we're procrastinating so we can make the necessary changes. All right, so we got two more habits that I want you to think about, and maybe it resonates with you. All right, third habit, maybe you have a habit of overworking. Maybe you are constantly working, you never allow yourself time for rest, for breaks, and you just find yourself mentally drained, and you know you have stuff to get done and you really want to do it, but you literally are so mentally tired. So then you don't do it. And then you beat yourself up for not doing it. And then you try to do it, but you're too tired. Then you beat yourself up and you're on this cycle of just being tired, mentally drained, not doing the work, and then beating yourself up. And it's over and over and over. And then guess what? You're not getting anything done. You're procrastinating. The root of that, honestly, guys, is that you're just probably tired. Maybe you just don't have the energy because you haven't taken the time to rest. So, if that's you today, here's something you can do today. Schedule small breaks throughout your day to recharge. Give yourself permission to do that. Like, that is okay. If you are working on something and you feel tired, don't push through the tiredness. Just say, "Wait a minute, I need a timeout. I need a break." Maybe it's late and you wanna put it down for the end of the day. I know that happens to me sometimes. Sometimes I'm at the end of the day and I'm tired and I'm like, "Man, if I can just finish this thing," and I try to push through, but I don't finish 'cause I don't have the mental capacity. I'm served much better when I just stop and pause, and if it's something like you have to get done that day, like you can't put it off till tomorrow, then guess what? Just take a break. It's okay. It is okay to take a break. Repeat after me, wherever you are. It is okay to take a break. So important. I was just talking to someone today and they were like, they were working on something and they got tired. They felt themselves getting mentally drained. And so they took a nap, like a quick little nap, and they felt so much better. And they were able to get back at it and then finish their project like with a lot more creativity and energy. And I was like, yes, that's exactly right. We procrastinate, we don't get the thing done when we're mentally drained. And so allow yourself that time to take a break or to rest and to recharge. All right, you guys, I have one more habit I want to talk about for all of our procrastinators out there. If you missed any of this, of course, you can go back and watch the replay. But we've covered, for procrastinators, if you have the habit of overcommitting, if you have the habit of not following through, if you have the habit of overworking, these are all things that really can point to the reason why you're procrastinating. Hey, Nee, great to see you. All those habits can point to why you're procrastinating. And I shared some tips on what to do. Like you can start today to really get off this cycle of procrastinating. So I have one more for you guys. And this one really hits home for me because y'all, this is the one I had to like really overcome. And it was a struggle. It was a struggle, y'all. And that is the habit of working well under pressure. Guys, how often have I told myself, "Oh, I work well under pressure." How many times have I heard other people say that? If you have heard other people say that, let me know in the comments. If you have heard other people say, "I just work well under pressure." I've said it, guys. But the problem with that is our bodies were never designed to carry stress. So us working under pressure, that is not sustainable. That is truly not sustainable. Think about the effect that stress can have on your body. Sometimes stress it manifests itself as an attack on your health, and ultimately at the end of the day, our bodies are temples of God, and we need our bodies to do the assignments that we're doing. And so, why are we constantly working under pressure and putting our bodies under unnecessary stress? Sometimes the root of that is if you're a perfectionist, right? Sometimes you are waiting till everything is perfect before you get started. And at the very last minute, you want to get it done perfectly. And you're putting so much pressure on yourself. I want to encourage you today. This is what you can do today. Whatever the thing is that you haven't started, that you know you need to, and you're waiting to the very last minute, I want you just to decide a date and time you're going to start. That's it. Simple as that. Don't think about how long the project's going to take you. Don't think about how, like, when you're going to finish. Just make the decision that you're going to start, right? And start today. Like, don't wait until the very last minute to start. Don't put yourself under that unnecessary stress. So, I hope that I shared something with you today that would encourage you to get off the train of procrastinating and really try your best to do what needs to be done when it needs to be done, not at the last minute, guys. I appreciate you guys hopping on here and just hanging out with me today. I am excited about Saturday. Now, if you love this and you're like, April, you are speaking my language. I'm ready to get off this procrastination train. I'm ready to be more productive with my time. I know that there is so much. I want to do more without actually doing more. Y'all know that, right? Like we can accomplish more by doing less. Like if you're like, yes, I want to know all about that, then you want to register for my upcoming masterclass this Saturday. Time for more. People that attend this masterclass, they're going to walk away with how to set their day up for success. They're going to walk away on a practical way to organize their time and organize systems in their business to help it flow smoothly without stress and overwhelm. They're going to walk away learning how to establish boundaries and how to have the proper priorities in their life. And ultimately, they're going to be able to experience more peace in their life, more profits in their business, and experience more purpose, right? This is what this is about, guys. Productivity is not about how busy you can be and how many things you can check off the list. Productivity is all about how can I steward this gift of time well so that I can truly fulfill God's plans and purposes for our life. God's plan is not for you to be stressed and overwhelmed and overworked and not having fun in your business and always overcommitting and struggling to get things done and feeling the pressure, feeling stressed. Like that is not God's plan. And so if you want to unsubscribe from that, unsubscribe from a life of overwhelm, and you really truly want to get more productive on purpose, then this masterclass is for you. Now, let me tell you who this masterclass is not for. Now, I love y'all, but if you're just like, oh, April, I think you're cool. I want to hang out. I want to support you. You're pretty cool. I'll go sign up for the masterclass. No, no, no. Please don't sign up for the masterclass if you are not serious about taking action. Like I'm looking for people who literally they are ready for transformation in their productivity journey. That is who I'm looking for. So if that sounds like you, I want you to click on the link in my bio and register today for the masterclass. It is only a $17 investment. It is less than the cost of lunch, and you're going to walk away with massive transformation, massive results if you do the work. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you have any questions, of course, you can DM me here on Instagram or over on Facebook. I love you guys with the love of Christ, and I look forward to seeing you Saturday in the masterclass. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your day. This is April Nicole Scipio, the More Coach, your productivity coach, reminding you that God has more for your life. Be blessed. Talk to you guys soon.